himself as he realizes freaking out may make him fall. Then he starts lowering his body extremely carefully until he's down on one knee and uses his knife to gently move the sand. He finds some round metal under his foot, confirming he's on top of a landmine. Unbeknownst to Mike, a man is watching from afar but leaves without helping. Next, Mike puts together his shoelaces, the strap from his gun, and his axe to create a hook. He throws it a couple of times to try to get the bag, but it won't reach far enough. Moving carefully again, Mike stands up and almost falls when throwing the axe, but thankfully he recovers just in time. Now he finally can drag the bag toward him and grab the radio, only to discover the battery is dead and the spare is in Tommy's vest. At least the radio can be sun-powered, so he leaves the small panel on the ground to let it charge. Afterward, Mike keeps himself busy by going over his supplies. A few hours later, the radio finally charges and Mike gets to talk to his commanding officer, explaining the situation and requesting extraction. However, the officer isn't happy about the failed mission, and since Mike doesn't have GPS and has one leg in death's realm already, he isn't considered high priority. The helicopters can't fly because of the sandstorms, so Mike will have to wait 52 hours for a convoy to pick him up. Mike isn't sure he can survive that long, but he has no other choice and starts a timer on his watch. The commanding officer reminds him lots of mines are old and broken and that there's a trench technique to survive this problem. However, the communication cuts off before he can finish explaining. A few hours later, Mike eats some of his rations, noticing he doesn't have much left. Suddenly the sandstorm starts approaching again, so Mike quickly covers his face, grabs his things, and bends over to wait as still as possible against the wind. His body trembles a lot, but Mike is strong and gets through it without activating the landmine. Once the storm has passed, Mike looks around and discovers the wind pushed Tommy's body right next to him. After covering his friend's face with his hat, he opens the vest pocket and finds a picture of Tommy's family. He takes a minute of silence and puts it back before finally grabbing the battery. Unfortunately, the wind has blown the bag too far and now he doesn't have access to the radio. The depressing irony makes Mike laugh. As time passes, Mike can't do anything but wait.